lifelong learning, provide mentoring and professional guidance, actively participate in professional organizations, and demonstrate a minimum of 10 years of service. I invite Dr. Tina Canmaz to the podium, please.
Good evening. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce Mr. Howard Jacobson, who graduated from St. John's University in 1979 with a bachelor's degree in pharmacy. Before becoming an entrepreneur, Mr. Jacobson worked in various settings, including the Oddfellow Rebecca Home, Booth Memorial Hospital, and several independent community pharmacies. Mr. Jacobson purchased Rockville Center Pharmacy in 1987, opened West Hempstead Pharmacy in 2003, and that wasn't enough, so he opened Ryan Medical Pharmacy in 2014. He is a board member and convention committee co-chair of the Pharmacist Society of the State of New York, board member of the Long Island Society of Health System Pharmacists, and founder of the Jewish American Pharmacist Society. Mr. Jacobson also serves as a preceptor and mentor for St. John's students, and he was recently honored with the Preceptor of the Year Award. Please help me in welcoming Mr. Jacobson.
Thank you, Tina. Excuse me, a little dry. Can I get a Corona, please? That was just a joke. It was just a joke. Don't forget, I'm a community independent retail pharmacist. Retail is an operant word. Just a couple of corrections, Tina. Long Island Pharmacist Society, not Long Island Health System Pharmacists. And there was one other correction, I forgot what it was, but forget it. No, I appreciate that introduction and the sort of, you try to lengthen out my CV compared to these other folks. Boy, how did I get in that company? But not to be undone or outdone, I did prepare a little something to say tonight. And I'm glad to know that this is an award that I probably received for longevity, for doing it as long as I have done. To start, I'd like to thank our veterans, our service members, and our first responders for protecting our way of life. My hat is off to all of you. And I don't know if you could tell it, but I do have high anxiety. I share that with Joe before I have to speak in front of a large group. So today I was speaking with Gloria, my darling bride's 102-year-old dad, Max Fontak, Holocaust survivor and world's greatest man. And he has the ability to calm me with some good advice. And he said, I shouldn't try to be smart or funny or charming. Just be myself. I don't think St. John's knew what they were getting themselves into when they allowed me to be nominated for this award, actually. Today's Torah portion, Tetzaveh, refers to our profession. Maybe you didn't realize that. Moses is commanded to make what is probably the first pharmaceutical compound. He is instructed to anoint the tabernacle and the high priests with holy oil, a concoction, or maybe it's a decoction, of olive oil, myrrh, cinnamon, and cassia. Sorry, I couldn't help myself with that one. especially after all the Our Fathers I endured in Dr. Werth's organic chemistry class. I'm just joking, although I'm not really joking, it's true. You can tell I'm not a public speaker, right?
No.
I'm much better just behind the counter with the cash register between me and whoever I'm speaking to.
You're great.
Thank you to my amazing kids, Ariel, Lauren, and Ben, who at this point in their lives refer to me as the dad who was never home. And best regards to Jamie, my favorite daughter-in-law, who is due with child number 2 in a couple of weeks, and promised to attend the next time that I'm honored. I am so proud of all of you. 41 years a pharmacist, and Gloria and I are about to celebrate our 40th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
How truly blessed am I? Don't worry, I only got about 30 more minutes of material, so I hope you are settled in. How truly blessed am I? Gloria, thank you for being the absolutely best, most supportive partner I could ever have. And I would be remiss if I did not mention my parents of blessed memory, Maddie and Saul, and my mother-in-law, Fania, whose memorial happens to be tonight, who imbued me with the entrepreneurial spirit and to be my own boss and to do my own thing the way I wanted to do it. And to my Uncle Abe, who was there when I needed him, if you know what I mean. And as Gloria would say, it is all about me tonight, isn't it? No, sorry. No. I have a lot of dear friends and family here tonight, and so many of you have had a positive influence on my life, both personally and professionally. Ricky Gonzalez and I spent my very first day in this business together. He was an intern, and I was a delivery boy at Vitality Drugs in Glen Oaks, Queens. And we delivered a hospital bed in Garden City Park that day. My very first day in this business, and I was 19 years old at the time. My friend of 64 years, maybe 65 for all I know, Lieb is here. And thank you to my sister-in-law, Janet, for coming tonight. And I even see a few of my classmates from the class of 79. And Steve, I don't think we knew each other then. You probably hung out with the Italian kids. I hung out with the Jews. Well, there was a little mixing going on, but do you remember me? Because you look exactly the same. Is Dino here? Dino Mahals is here. He didn't make it. And Joe Gasparini is here, and Phil didn't make it. Phil is a dean of the college, I think now, Phil McAvoy, but he didn't make it tonight. And a special shout out, I don't know where he's sitting, to my favorite professor of all time, mainly, well, I shouldn't say mainly, but what a sense of humor, and he taught me that you can use that sense of humor as a pharmacist, Professor Michael Torrey. I am humbled to have this honor bestowed. You see, the length of the speech is in direct opposite proportion to the length of the resume. DeVito, resume, speech, like this. Me, my resume, this, you got a few pages left, so. I would like to thank the Academy. And I also offer congratulations to my fellow nominees. I am in very rarefied company of Joe Edsel and Stephen DeVito and Andrew Kaplan and New York Presby, which, if I'm not mistaken, was Booth Memorial. Am I not right? Boy, I spent a few nights sleeping on conference tables in that hospital. I am not published. And my chosen pronoun is not doctor. However, I do have a few shameless self-promotional videos on YouTube. Where did I come up with this crap? I don't know. Thank you to St. John's University College of Pharmacy for recognizing me as distinguished practitioner. I know it's a little late to ask this, but what exactly is meant by distinguished practitioner? Where? Oh, I thought it was extinguished, sorry. And where's Diana? She disappeared. She didn't want to be associated with this. No, where is she? But Diana, wherever you are, thank you for all your help getting me to this spectacular event. We are members of a noble profession, is an essential profession. Pharmacy is an art and a science. I think I just quoted Professor Bellafiore with that one. Our licenses are all the same, and no matter where we practice, we are inextricably connected to one another. What happens to independent community pharmacists will ultimately affect all other pharmacists. And that is why I am so passionate about my businesses and the endeavors of PISNY, Pharmacist Society, State of New York, and the Long Island Pharmacist Society. I am inspired by these dedicated volunteers in our organizations, like Joanne and Maya, Tommy, Lisa, Danny, Ilana, Vito, Russell and Ray, who are in here, Anthony, John, and Joe, the Navarras. That's the Navarras, the first family of pharmacy, by the way. Rocco and Frank. I'd like to give a shout out to the Italian American Pharmacist Society, of which I am a proud member, associate member. And we're having our amazing dinner dance on March 21st. I did use the word shameless before. That was a shameless plug for the Italian American Pharmacist. Dean, are you starting to melt over there? Or? Okay, thank you. Greetings to the Jewish oh, that's it. It's not the Jewish American Pharmacist Society. That would be JAPS. And that today is, we cannot use terminology like that, okay? I did my training, my sensitivity training. We don't speak like that. It's the Jewish Pharmacists Association, JPHA. And being that we're at a St. John's event, I'm gonna say it one more time. The Jewish Pharmacists Association. Has he got a knife out yet? No. Look, I make those jokes, but this line is off the cuff. I probably owe everything that I am today to having gone to St. John's University College of Pharmacy. It gave me the wherewithal to do something that I love, that I cherish, that I enjoy, that I have made so many phenomenal relationships with. I really do owe all that to St. John's University. But I do have a couple more plugs. We will be holding the inaugural event for the Jewish Pharmacists Association at the Pisney Annual Convention this June 26th to 28th in Rochester. And you're all invited. And I would love to see at least half of you there in Rochester this summer. The drug delivery system is broken. Our New York State Legislature can fix it. So don't forget, donate to the Fix RX campaign. Now, you're probably saying, wait, this guy operates in a vacuum? No, I don't. The employees of my pharmacy shall not go unmentioned or unrecognized as I stand here tonight. Yes, we are practicing in a very challenging independent community pharmacy, or as some say, neighborhood drugstore or mom and pop pharmacy environment. The folks I work with on a day-to-day basis are so genuinely concerned about our clients' health. And well, if you're gonna eat a cold dinner, it's my fault, I apologize. And our clients' health and welfare and the viability of our business. They bring creativity, empathy, patience, knowledge, humor, and spirit with them to our pharmacies every single day. They make it a pleasure for me to do what I do, which is actually very little. Joanne, Mary, Elaine, Gladys, Amanda, and Jessica, thank you for what you do, and thank you for coming tonight. The last few weeks have certainly exemplified how tenuous the future is and how precious life is. I have faith that humanity and pharmaceutical ingenuity will prevail. Thank you for your kind wishes, and may God bless you all. And lastly, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here?
Amen!
Now let the music play. And God bless St. John's University College of Pharmacy and Allied Health Sciences. Good enough? And thank you for this award. It is